Today we're going to be talking about the distance between 2 points. So the formula is this: d equals the square root of x1 minus x2 squared plus y1 minus y2 squared. But I don't want you to get too hung up on that formula of things. It does look kind of complicated. Let's take a look here at where this would come from. So if we have 2 points here and we're trying to find the distance between them, we can create here a right triangle where the hypotenuse is the distance that we're trying to find. Well, we know from the past that A, B, and C, if those are the sides of the triangle, that A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Well, to figure out that distance A here, we need to know how far apart these 2 points are in the x direction. So if we take those two values and we subtract them, that's going to give us A, and then we have to take that and square it. So that's where this x1 minus x2 squared comes from. And then it's plus B squared. So we have to figure out the height difference between these two. So that means that, again, we're going to figure out the difference between these. That's where we take y1 minus y2 and we square it. And then that would equal C squared. Well, if that's what C squared equals, to get C by itself, we would have to take the square root on both sides. And that's how we get the square root there. Okay? So again, you're going to subtract the x's, square them, subtract the y's, square them. You're going to add that together and take the square root. And to be honest with you, you can do a lot of this just in the calculator as well. All right, so if we have the points 2, 7, and negative 1, 1, and we're trying to find the distance between them, that means that we want the square root of. Now, we just need to remember that we're subtracting the x-coordinates, so it doesn't matter which one's which. What we need to start here, 2 minus a negative 1 squared, and then we're going to add to that. Since we started with the 2 with the x's, we've got to start with the 7 with the y's. Okay, and then from there, you can type this in, or you can take it in steps, which I'm going to suggest that you're taking it in at least a few steps. So we still have the square root here. 2 minus a negative, it's going to make that be plus a positive. So that's going to be 3 squared, which is 9. And we're going to add to that. 7 minus 1 is 6, and 6 squared is 36. So if we take 9 plus 36, we're going to get the square root of 45. And then we're going to actually take that and find the square root of 45. And we're going to round that to the nearest hundredth, which means we're going to have 2 decimal places. That means we would have 6.71 since that 8 rounds that 0 up. Okay? So you could still do this in Desmos. It might be a little bit easier to visually see what's happening. You could do this straight from the beginning in the calculator here as well. So you just have to put an extra parenthesis here. So we have 2 minus negative 1 squared plus 7 minus 1 squared. And we're still getting that same value. Okay, so it's kind of up to you. All right, so then let's do one more. We have the points negative 4, 6, and 2, negative 11. Again, we're going to find the distance between those. So negative 4 minus 2 squared plus 6, oops, I don't need a comma there, 6 minus negative 11 squared. Negative 4 minus 2 is negative 6. When you square a negative number, it becomes positive, so we get 36 there. We're going to add to that. 6 minus a negative 11 means we're going to add those together, and we get 17. And 17 squared is 289. And 289 plus 36, we're going to be taking the square root of 325. So we're going to take the square root of 325 and get 18.03 as the distance between those. Again, that's 7, rounds that 2 up. Sometimes these will be nice, easy numbers. It's not going to happen as often as you would want it to or hope it to, but at the end you could get a nice, easy number, and that is also fine. All right, that's it.